Hello, hello. How are you today or this evening, whatever it may be? This video is going to be about how to get your design onto your canvas or your paper, whatever it is that you're painting on. Excuse me, I just had a sneezing fit. It's allergy season and it's terrible. So what I did was I just went to one of the sites I use, and I'll share it, and just printed off something super easy so it wouldn't take us too long, so you could get the idea. I hate to waste people's time. And two ways that I've learned that most of the artists will tell you to use if you're following them is trace paper or graphite paper, and it is literally old-fashioned from way back when. Excuse me. You can get this on Amazon, Walmart, anything. They all have tracing paper. I think I bought like 100 sheets for a couple of bucks on Amazon. I mean, it was super cheap. And you can reuse these sheets over and over and over and over and over. So I've had these for a couple of years, and I still have a lot of brand new sheets. But anyway, I'm going to show you this, and I'm also going to show you how to do the grid. Those are probably the two most common ones I ran into when I was learning how to paint. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll put my phone down on my messy workplace so you can see it. Sorry, I hope you can understand me. I've been sneezing so bad. Okay, so here's my little picture, and let's say this is the canvas. So I'm going to take my graphite paper, shiny side, which is has all the graphite on it, and I'm going to put it down on my canvas, okay? Then I'm going to line up what I want to do. So at this point, you can either hold it in place if you're confident with that, or you can use painter's tape or something to tape it down so it doesn't move. So let me show you. I'm just going to do that real quick just to show you. And I usually tape this to the sides of my canvas. And I will also show you how to make your own tracers and all that stuff. But for today, we're just going to cover how to get an already printed design onto your canvas. So then I'll take a pencil. I like to do a pencil or a pen, something I can see so I know where I've drawn before. So then all I do is I just outline my design. And I just glide my hand over, and it helps me too if I keep my hand down. It helps me keep my hand steady. I think I just hit some hot glue. All right. And we'll do it this way. It's not perfect, but that's okay. And then put his little eyes in, and that's all I do. And really, truly, whenever I paint this, it's just for reference, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So then I'll remove my tape. It kind of tore my paper a little bit. And I pick it up, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, but actually the design's on there. I mean, you can use this over and over and over, which is really nice. And there's my design that I'm going to be painting. And that's it. And I'll start painting. So another way to do it is with the grid. So I'm going to take the same design, and this just needs you don't even have to have a straight edge if you can just draw lines, but I'm terrible. So I'm going to say break this down. It's pretty small, so I'm just going to pick like, I don't know, 3 across, 3 down, 3 rows, okay? I'm going to draw my line here, and I'll draw another line like right here. And this is just, I'm just randomly putting my lines in as long as I get the same amount. So let's go here, maybe 3 up and maybe 4 down. 1, maybe 3, 2, 3. Okay. So all I did was draw squares, right? So then I look at my picture, and I've got 3 across and 4 down. So I'm going to go to my canvas, and I'm going to do 3 across. And it doesn't matter if it's the same size or not, as long as you have the same amount of squares. So 1, 2, and I mean, this is, you can see how rough this is. It's just, okay, and that's the bottom, right? So now, when I look at my picture, This is the top square over here. So I'm gonna kind of get an idea of in the corner where what is here. So I'm gonna put this little line kind of like that. And then I've got the triangle for the nose, which actually goes into the next square over. So we'll do like this. And I can fix it once it's drawn. Now the next square over is here. And I'm gonna draw this to, I don't know, what's that, about 1/3 of the way, right? So that's about 1/3 of the way. And we'll pull it to about right there. And then I'm gonna go down into the next square just a little bit, like just a little bit, and kind of a slant, right? So we're gonna go like this, kind of roughly, maybe a little longer. And then, you know, I can just pop back up here. Let's do the triangle. So this square right here is this square. And you can see where the lines go through it, right? So we're gonna pull this through there. And I guess it goes a little bit lower than half. So we'll go like this, and it's gonna end about there. And this one is a little kind of out like this, and it goes down to about there. Okay. And if you go on the top up here, this middle square is like, goes up at a little bit of a slant. So we're gonna go up a little bit. And I'm gonna come on over here and finish out this piece. It's like a little triangle in the corner. And it goes about a little over halfway on the square. So this is about halfway and down. Now, this piece just comes all the way into about maybe a 1/4 away from the bottom. So about right here, I look at it. And I'll bring it down to here. And then the next one, let's do the circle. So the circle starts up here next to the nose, and my nose is a little off, you can see, but that's okay. And it's gonna end, let's see, it's gonna touch this end right here. We already know that. It's gonna go arch through the next square, arch through the next square, and it's gonna go arch down to the bottom. So it goes about almost to the end. So maybe about right here. So we're gonna arch it there. Okay, so we'll make it a little more round because it is round, right? So then you can just kind of redraw that little round and just make it round from your lines. And those extra lines don't matter. Over here, we're gonna go across the top. We don't need that line there, but we're gonna go from the nose all the way to the end of the middle piece at about, it's about 1/4 of the way, about right here. And then it's gonna touch this, where this one ended before. And it's gonna be an arch. So we're just gonna arch it. It's gonna come about maybe 1/3 of the way to the end there. Can you see that? About 1/3 of the way at the end. And so it's about right like that. And then it comes down just like the other side. So I don't really have to measure it because it's about like the same as the other side. Now the inside circle is gonna start in 1, 2, 3 squares down and 2 squares in. 1, 2, 3, and then 2 squares in. And it's gonna, let's see, let's finish the nose. The nose comes to about the middle of that square. So let's do the nose to about the middle of that square and back up. Now we know the eye is still the 3rd square down and 2nd square in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 is about right here, right in the corner. And then the other eye is like right here. So in that same square is where his smile is. So this one is almost all the way to the left. So, and it's just almost up on about maybe 1/5 of the end of the way up. So about right here. And I also look at it compared to the eye. So this eye, it's about in the middle of the eye, and it's close. And then we're just gonna finish his smile out. And we know that these two touch that line. So we can make these two touch that line. And then we go up into the next line and we just arch it up like the picture, right? That's similar. Now the inside line is gonna start at the nose, 1, 2, 3 squares down and 2 squares in. And it's gonna just be right in that corner. It's just gonna cut that corner, but touch that nose, right? And then on the next one, it's going to arch out about maybe a quarter of the way into this one. So about right here. So we're going to go about right there. And then it's going to come down and finish the arch all the way to the bottom. Okay? I'm going to bring it out like a circle because I know it needs to be a circle. And over here, we're still 2 squares down. At this point, see, it's up a little higher. And we're going to touch the nose. And it's going to just come over the top of that bottom of that second square. This is 1, 2, 3 squares down, 1, 2, 3 squares across. 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2, 3 across. And we know it's going to come up here like this, and it's going to go right through the corner of that square. And then it's going to come out about almost halfway, about right here. And then to the bottom, we're just going to bring it around. And that's about it. So now what I do is I'll go clean it up a little bit. I need to fix where the eyes are. But I will just make sure these are half circles and they're a little smoother. And there you go. I'll bring this down a little so you can kind of compare. And then you can clean up. You don't have to be able to draw. You just know it has to look something like this when you get ready to paint. So there is the grid, right? And all you have to do is make sure, regardless of what size it is, if you're going to have 9 squares on your main picture, then make sure you have 9 squares on your canvas. And like I said, it just doesn't matter what size it is. So if this is this big, my canvas could be, 16 by 20, big, huge canvas. And I'll just put in the 9 lines or the 9... 3, 6, 9, 12 boxes, sorry. I'll put in these 12 boxes on a big canvas because regardless, these lines go into that top corner box. This line goes right here in this box. And so even if you get larger, it still works the same way. So I hope you find that helpful. And if you don't, let me know. I will do another video or I will answer any questions you have. And let's see. Next video, maybe we'll discuss drawing. But that's it for now. Thank you for joining me. Hope that helped you a little bit. If not, like I said, let me know. Thanks. Bye.